Live now to Queensland. We are taking you live to the man who is likely to be the next Premier of that state, Stephen Miles.
You'll give me thumbs ups or something? Good, good, good. Very good. As you know, North Queensland is currently facing down Tropical Cyclone Jasper, and that is continues to be our government's priority today, keeping Queenslanders safe and preparing for that cyclone. Right now, it is about 305 kilometres east of Cairns and is a Category 1 system. It is, though, forecast to re-intensify to a Category 2 system before making landfall between Cooktown and Innisfail tomorrow. A tropical cyclone warning is current between Cape, Flattery and Townsville, including Cairns, Palm Island and the Atherton Tablelands. As you all know, Queensland is the most disaster-affected state in Australia. Our authorities are well prepared to support Queenslanders through whatever Tropical Cyclone Jasper throws at us. Queenslanders, I'm sure, are well prepared. They know, North Queenslanders in particular, know what to do in a cyclone. I just repeat that message from yesterday. There are a lot of new people who've moved to Queensland, and so if your neighbours are new, please just check in on them, check that they know how to best be prepared. The State Disaster Coordination Centre is activated and standing up. Flood watches. There is an active flood watch, and so as always, our authorities say if it's flooded, forget it. In addition, North Queenslanders might feel the effects of a severe heat wave ahead of Jasper's arrival, so that is there to be concerned about too. We are focused today and tomorrow on the task of keeping Queenslanders safe during the cyclone. The Queensland Reconstruction Authority is well prepared then to move in and do the work of reconstruction post the tropical cyclone. I do, of course, understand that some of you will be interested in and have questions about other matters. What I can advise you today is that yesterday I asked Cameron Dick to join me as my deputy in a leadership team that we will take to the Labor Party caucus on Friday. Cameron has been a strong treasurer. We have worked together to deliver a state economy, a strong state economy that is delivering for Queenslanders, one that is focused on creating jobs. We have near record low unemployment, and one where our state is focused on the big build, delivering the big projects for Queensland's future, building for Queensland's future, funded by, in part, the progressive coal royalties that Cameron has championed. I'm grateful that he is supporting me. We have been friends for a long time. We share a vision for Queensland, one where government's job is to build for the future. Caucus will meet on Friday, and the ultimate decision rests with caucus. I'll have much more to say about my leadership and the government I lead once caucus has made that decision. I am not, and I will not take that decision for granted. What I do want Queenslanders to know is that a government I lead will be absolutely focused on the task of helping Queenslanders every single day in every way we possibly can. And that's why today we're announcing that we will freeze car rego for the next year, ensuring Queensland families don't have increased car registration bills. We know that for many families, rego is one of the biggest bills of the year. This builds on all of our other work to address cost of living. Our energy rebates, free kindy, free TAFE, our increases to the patient travel subsidy scheme, our school breakfast program. This first decision that Cameron and I have taken together should signal to Queenslanders that we will be absolutely focused on the challenges that they face and for building our state's future. Before I ask Cameron and Grace and Megan to say a few words, I just want to thank my family. My wife is an absolute rock and is amazing. My kids, Sam and Bridie and Aiden, I'm so incredibly proud of. I think I underestimated how much they've felt the pressure of these last few days, and I couldn't do this without their support. My mother and father have been incredibly. They've taught me by showing me how with hard work you can get ahead and give your kids a better future. And I think that's what Queenslanders are about and what the Labor Party is all about. I'll ask Cameron and Grace and Megan to say a few words.
Well, thanks, Deputy Premier. I'm proud to stand here today to say I will be supporting Stephen Miles to be the next Premier of Queensland. Stephen Miles is the right person to lead our party, and he is the right person to lead Queensland. Over the last few days, I've had many conversations with my colleagues in the parliamentary party, with members of the community, with members of the broader Labor Party and the Labor movement. And it's abundantly clear to me that Stephen has the overwhelming support of our party. Accordingly, I am proud to stand here today to say Stephen Miles should be the next Premier of Queensland, and I will be supporting him when our parliamentary party meets later in the week. Stephen and I, in our time working together, have developed a very strong rapport and a very strong understanding of each other and how we work. I regard him as a friend, and Stephen is also a great advocate of the Labor Party's cause. I'm confident that Stephen Miles will be a great Premier of Queensland. I'm honoured to be asked by Stephen to serve as his deputy. Accordingly, when the parliamentary party meets later this week, I will be nominating for the position of Deputy Leader of the State Parliamentary Party. As Stephen has said, these are of course matters that are in the hands of the State Parliamentary Labor Party, and I want to acknowledge our colleagues for the thoughtful, sincere, genuine and dedicated way they have gone about thinking about the future of leadership of our party over the last few days. I think it really is a matter that distinguishes them, that they've done this in such a mature and thoughtful way, and I want to acknowledge them, and that should give Queenslanders great confidence. Then when our party turns its mind to issues, we get on with it, we make a resolution, and then we look to serving the people of Queensland and delivering for them. Of course, can I say, it would be a great honour to be elected the Deputy Leader of the Parliamentary Labor Party and to become Deputy Premier. That job brings with it great responsibility to look after the lives, the livelihoods and the prosperity of the people of Queensland. Today, we of course pause to recognise one of the most shocking acts of violence ever perpetrated against the men and women of the Queensland Police Service. But for many men and women in the Queensland Police Service today, particularly in the far north, they don't have time to pause, because from Cardwell to Cooktown and beyond, our first responders are preparing for another familiar threat as yet another cyclone bears down on the Queensland coast. So clearly there is more work to be done, and we are going to get on with the job. That work includes delivering on our government's plans for Queensland, delivering on cost of living relief for Queensland families. We're already doing that through our nation-leading electricity rebates. And now we will freeze vehicle registration for a period of 12 months from the 1st of July 2024. We are ensuring Queenslanders have a home and are safe in their home. We want Queenslanders to have timely access to healthcare, and we want to continue on our energy revolution to deliver reliable, affordable, renewable power to Queensland households and to Queensland businesses. It is only a Labor government that can deliver these things for Queensland, and we are going to get on with that job. I just want to reinforce the words of the Deputy Premier a few moments ago about the severity and the seriousness of the cyclone that's bearing down on far north Queensland. Queenslanders in the far north of our state need to get ready for a serious weather event. The Bureau of Meteorology is predicting up to 500 millimetres of rain will fall on parts of the far north. That is equivalent to the amount of rain that fell in Brisbane at the beginning of 2022. So now is the time for Queenslanders in the far north of our state to get ready, to be prepared, of course, to ensure that everything is in place as this weather event bears down. That is our priority now as a government, to focus on the needs of the people of the far north, and we're going to continue to focus strongly on that over the next few days as we get on with the job of looking after Queenslanders, supporting Queenslanders and delivering for Queenslanders.